What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another highly combustible reaction. We're jumping in the next one on our Casey Kilmore journey. How do you know you're becoming dust? Let's jump in. Let's check it out together. You guys asked for it. I'm totally here with it. Get over, show her all the love in the world. Tons of great content over there. Go check her out. It's right there inside the description. Let's jump in. Let's check it out together. Let's see what we got.
I am currently on my way to becoming a Dutchie.
Dutchified.
And what I mean by that is that I'm already taking the first few steps with my inburgeringscursus. And yeah, it's a long process. I have to be here for a minimum amount of time, so the clock is already ticking. This got me thinking, in what other ways can people become Dutch? In how many other ways am I becoming Dutch? And I made a video a while ago about habits that I've picked up from the Dutch people, and I still live by those habits. I wanted this video to be more things that have become normal. I chat to my friends and family at home all the time, and sometimes I drop something into the conversation and I only realize that it's weird because of their reaction. So I'm gonna list a few of those things today. Let's get into the video.
First off, before we begin this, we've most certainly become a little Dutchified ourselves. Y'all have beat me to death with Dutch videos, with Dutch history, with Dutch everything. Now I'm gonna tell you straight up, mom and dad are tired, sick and tired of me saying, but up in the Netherlands, but over there in the Netherlands, but this in the Netherlands. Whenever it comes to anything that we do wrong here in America, I'm like, yeah, but up in the Netherlands, it's they're tired of hearing it. I'm telling you that right now. We've done all kinds of crazy Dutch things, and I'm picking up some habits. I certainly am. Let's jump in. Let's see what we got.
So one of my most favorite super Dutch things is being able to master using the word hello as a sarcastic insult. I have even carried this into the way that I speak English now. Hearing hello from a Dutch person is like so quintessentially Dutch. It's something
we hear it every single day.
Every day from
every day we hear it in the Discord.
That fits a range of different situations. It is, for me, if you can adopt this and it feels really normal, you are becoming very much Dutchified.
Anytime that I'm not paying attention to the people in the Discord, I'm constantly hearing that. Or when I'm completely just spaced out, hello, Hailey, get in here, hello.
Someone is doing something that makes totally no sense whatsoever. They're doing something that's idiotic or stupid, or someone's made a mistake. This is the go-to response for most Dutch people. So my number two thing to tell them you're becoming Dutch or not is when you start mashing your vegetables with the back side of your fork, you know you've been here too long.
Listen, I don't have that problem because I don't eat vegetables.
This in Dutch is called prokken. So you prok your veggies, I guess. I used to laugh at my partner for doing this because he did it all the time to every meal. And I was eating my dinner just the other night, and ja, dan was ik gewoon mijn groenten aan het prokken. Dus yeah, I do it far more often than I think is needed, and it's become a bit of a habit. So
listen, I've always done that with my eggs. Okay, like a fried egg, I do that. But I don't do nothing with vegetables. I don't eat vegetables, so I doubt I'm going to eat any smashed up vegetables either.
I mentioned this in a video quite some time ago, and it was one of those things that actually annoyed me, and it still kind of does annoy me, but I'm slowly also getting used to the idea that it's also really convenient and efficient way to send small bits of money. If you know what I'm talking about, then
no, I can't do it. We don't have it here.
A Tikkie. This app in itself was designed by a Dutch bank, and I cannot think of a better app that fits into Dutch culture. I feel like this is Dutch culture in an app. It's used super regularly. So if you are someone who's moving here, or you're an expat or an immigrant coming to the country, get used to it. It is not going anywhere.
We can't use Tikkie here, but I have been using Zelle an awful lot to send small bits of money back and forth to my mom, or my mom would be like, yo, I'll buy it. Giselle.
So this next one was one of the ones that I had
Very
actually
close.
mentioned to friends and family when they thought that it was really strange. But it is super, super normal in Dutch culture to hang a calendar in the toilet, and that's where you store everyone's birthdays. Don't ask me where this tradition started because I don't actually know. And I don't personally have a calendar in the toilet, but I'm very, very used to the idea. So going to someone else's toilet and
bizarre.
seeing a calendar in there is no longer weird. It's also really nice to check to see if your birthday has made it onto the calendar.
And if not, you can just write it in.
That is like status. You've made it. You've infiltrated the family. You're considered one of them now.
I'm telling you, every single one of your bathrooms that I ever visit, if there's a calendar in there, you can guarantee I'm writing some dates in there.
Made it. You've infiltrated
I'm carrying a pen
the
with
family. You're considered one of them now. So this next one is also something to do with a word. The word dus. If you can master both using and understanding people that will say dus, and how many different sentences and emotions and meanings this one word can be used to describe, even when you use the old fade out dus at the end of a sentence and let them basically guess the rest of what you were going to say. I have never made a video about this. I don't know if it calls for a whole video, but it is, again, one of those words that you'll hear said a lot when you're listening to spoken Dutch. And I think that if you can get a handle on it, then it's a really good sign that you're getting used to Dutch culture. So another good way to tell if you are becoming Dutch is that the alarm that goes off on the first Monday of every month and signals for about 1 minute and 26 seconds. I did have to look that up. No longer stresses you out. It is considered just a very normal happening that occurs every single month and it does not freak you out. I always do wonder though that if the alarm was to actually go off, if I would recognize it and actually do something about it. So that is a part of
probably not
Dutch culture. For this next one,
I get used to alarms very fast. I was in Afghanistan with a lot of incoming alarms. You would hear them all the time. And for the first few weeks, it was like, oh, there's the alarm. Oh, there's the alarm. After that, you're just like, it's the alarm. It is what it is. And that was when something was going on, not even just a test. It's like, it's just the alarm.
I don't think that my friends and family fully understand the concept of anything that fits on a bike fits on a bike. This means moving house, transporting your weekly groceries, transporting multiple people. It is a super, super normal thing to fit as much stuff on your bike as physically possible. And only after trying and only after failing will you consider moving it in a different way.
And only after you have your tires full of air. It has to be air in the tires. I learned the hard way.
Bike is always first call for transportation. Further explaining bikes in the Netherlands, your lock is probably more expensive than your bike. I had my bike stolen 3 times in the short 2 years that we lived in Amsterdam. And I feel like it's instilled this sort of, my bike can be stolen at any given moment and you never know when it's going to happen. When I first moved to the Netherlands, I was working at a restaurant and my shift finished at 11 o'clock at night. And I came outside to find that my bike had in fact been stolen, and that I had to walk home because the trams had already stopped running for the night, which I also find really strange for a capital city that public transport stops at 11. Weird. Anyway, you learn to not have a fancy bike, but a fancy lock. So I feel like that is a very backwards way of thinking for most other people, but for Dutch people, it's super, super normal. So this is probably another sign that you have been here long enough to understand the value of bikes and locks and when they get stolen. So my very, very last one for people who have moved to the Netherlands and they're not from here, and good signs that you are becoming Dutch, is that when you speak Dutch, Dutch people actually reply to you in Dutch. I feel like this is like the ultimate goal for anyone learning the Dutch language. Dutch people are so quick to switch over to English, even when they hear the tiniest little mistake. I was reminded of this fact when I watched a very accurate and funny video by Emily Charles the other day, also on YouTube. She is a medical student here in the Netherlands and has also taken the time to learn Dutch, and she very accurately depicted what it's like to learn the Dutch language and how quickly Dutch people will actually switch to English. So this is an incredibly good sign that if you can speak Dutch and people reply in Dutch, then you know you're doing something right. I will leave the link for her video below. If you haven't already, come and join my Patreon community. I have just started it, so it is currently growing. I would love to start upgrading my camera and my lens and things to make this channel better quality, invest more time into researching topics and get into the nitty-gritty of Dutch culture. If you want to support the channel, you can. You don't have to, because I'm still going to make videos because I love doing it. If you liked this video, please give a thumbs up.
You don't have to like it. I'm going to do it anyway.
I will see you
I like the attitude.
in the next video. Bye.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Casey Kilmore, how you know you're becoming Dutch. Definitely some relatable ones, and there's some we still need to grow on. Get over and show her all the love in the world if you enjoyed it. The link to her channel is below. Go see if her community is the community for you. Smash the like button if you liked it, the dislike button, but I won't believe you. Until the next one, I'm Combustible. You guys be happy, healthy, safe. Let me to the moon and back, peace.